Did your phone just vibrate? You reach into your pocket to check it, but there's nothing there. No message, no notification, no missed call. In fact, your phone didn't vibrate at all. But you felt it. You were absolutely certain. This isn't a glitch in your phone. It's a glitch in your brain. And it's just the beginning of something far more disturbing happening inside your mind, right now. Welcome to the age of digital ghost phantom presences, created by technology that haunts your consciousness even when you re completely offline. Neuroscientists have discovered that our brains are being fundamentally rewired by our smartphones, social media algorithms, and artificial intelligence. They're recreating entirely new neural patterns that didn't exist in human history until about 15 years ago. We're not just using technology anymore. Technology is using us to build ghost versions of itself inside our heads. This phantom vibration syndrome, the feeling we just talked about, affects over 70% of smartphone users. Your brain has learned to anticipate notifications so intensely that it creates false sensations. It literally manufactures physical feelings that aren't real. Think about what that means. Your own neural networks have been trained by machine learning algorithms to expect digital stimulation so regularly that your consciousness now generates phantom signals when they don't arrive. The ghost isn't in your phone. The ghost is in your mind, and it's hungry for your attention. But this goes much deeper than just phantom vibrations. Researchers at MIT discovered something truly unsettling about smartphone separation anxiety. When people are separated from their phones, their brain activity shows patterns that are nearly identical to physical pain and fear responses. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, lights up. Cortisol levels spike. Heart rates increase. Your brain treats the absence of your device like a genuine threat to your survival. Not because you rationally need it, but because a ghost presence has been installed in your neural architecture. A digital phantom that feels as real as another person being in the room with you. This is where artificial intelligence enters the picture, in a way most people just don't understand. Every single algorithm on your phone learns your behavior patterns. It predicts what you want before you even know you want it. It suggests content before you search for it. These machine learning models are constantly creating predictive models of your consciousness. And here's the terrifying part. Your brain starts to internalize these predictions. You begin to think in patterns that have been shaped by AI recommendations. The ghost isn't just asterisk in asterisk your mind anymore. It's starting to think asterisk through asterisk your mind. Social media platforms use a powerful psychological tool called intermittent variable reward schedules. It's the exact same mechanism that makes slot machines so addictive. You never know when the next dopamine hit of a like, a comment, or a share is coming, so your brain creates a constant state of anticipation. It's a phantom presence, always watching, always waiting for that next reward. Behavioral psychologists call this operant conditioning, but in our new reality, it's more accurate to call it ghost installation. You are being actively trained to feel the presence of social validation even when it's not there, and it gets worse. Your very memory is being colonized by these digital ghosts. Neuroscience research shows that people who photograph their experiences actually remember them less accurately than people who simply live through them. When you capture a moment for social media, your brain offloads the memory formation process to your device. You remember taking the photo. You remember the post. You remember the likes, but the actual experience, it becomes a ghost. A second-hand memory filtered through your digital self. You are creating phantom memories of your own life. Then there's cloud storage. It has done something completely unprecedented to human consciousness. For the first time in evolutionary history, we can externalize our memory completely. Photos, messages, entire conversations, they all exist outside our brains. This sounds convenient, right? But cognitive scientists have discovered a dark side. Your brain is adapting by weakening its own memory formation processes. Why bother remembering something when you can just search for it? The problem is, you're not strengthening your neural pathways anymore. You're creating a dependency on external, ghost memories that feel like yours but exist entirely outside your own consciousness. Now, artificial intelligence is generating content that mimics human memory so perfectly that people can't distinguish real memories from AI-generated suggestions. In one study, researchers showed test subjects doctored photographs of childhood events that never happened. When combined with AI-generated stories, over 40% of the subjects created detailed, false memories of these fictional events. The ghosts aren't just in your mind anymore. They're being written into your past by machine learning algorithms. This is where it all gets existential. Every social media profile you maintain creates what psychologists call a digital ghost self. This isn't really you. It's a curated, idealized version, a phantom identity that exists in data centers and algorithms, but studies show this ghost self directly influences your real-world decisions. You start making choices based on how they'll look online. You filter your life experiences through the lens of your digital phantom. Slowly, the ghost starts making decisions for you. And now we have deepfake technology. It has reached a point where AI can generate a video of you saying things you never said, or doing things you never did. Voice cloning can replicate your exact speech patterns from just a few seconds of audio. This isn't science fiction. This technology exists right now. The implications are staggering. Soon, there will be ghost versions of you online that are indistinguishable from the real you. Artificial intelligence systems will interact with these ghosts, make decisions based on them, and you won't even know it's happening. Brain-computer interface technology is also advancing faster than most people realize. Projects like Neuralink aim to create direct neural connections between human consciousness and artificial intelligence. The stated goal is noble: medical treatments and human enhancement. But think about what this really means. You'll have AI systems not just predicting your thoughts, but directly integrated into your thought processes. The ghost will no longer be a phantom presence. It'll be a permanent resident inside your consciousness. Some futurists argue this is just the next step in human evolution. After all, technology has always extended our capabilities. Tools became extensions of our hands. Language became an extension of our thoughts. So why shouldn't artificial intelligence become an extension of our consciousness? But there's a critical difference here. Previous tools always remained external. These new digital ghosts exist inside the very architecture of your mind. They shape your perceptions, your memories, and your decisions. So the question we have to ask ourselves is this: at what point does the ghost become more influential than the original consciousness? At what point do we stop being us and start being them? Thanks for watching. If this made you think, hit that subscribe button and share this video. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. Ever feel a phantom buzz from your pocket, even when your phone isn't there, or find yourself reaching for a device without even thinking about it? This isn't an accident. It's by design. We live in an attention economy, and it's built on creating ghosts in your mind. Every app, every platform, every single device is engineered to install these phantom presences in your brain. Think about it. Variable reward schedules, those unpredictable likes and notifications, predictive algorithms that know what you want before you do, personalized AI recommendations that feel like they're reading your thoughts. These aren't bugs in the system, they are the core features. The entire business model requires creating ghost dependencies deep inside your neural networks. You see, you're not the customer. Your consciousness is the product, and it's being actively modified. But here's where it gets interesting. Neuroscientists studying meditation and mindfulness have discovered something fascinating. People who regularly practice things like a digital detox, or even just quiet meditation, show an increased ability to tell the difference. They can distinguish between their own authentic thoughts and these algorithm-influenced patterns. The ghosts, in effect, become visible. You can actually recognize when a thought originates from your genuine self versus when it's just an echo of digital conditioning. This tells us something incredibly powerful. The ghosts aren't permanent. Our brains have something called neuroplasticity, which means you can reclaim your mind, but it requires conscious effort and awareness. This whole situation pushes a very old philosophical question into the modern spotlight. What, exactly, is the self? If your thoughts are being shaped by algorithms, your memories are stored in clouds, and your very identity is curated through these digital phantoms, where does the authentic you even exist? Philosophers from Descartes to modern consciousness researchers have wrestled with this for centuries. But artificial intelligence has made this a practical problem, not just a theoretical one. The ghost in your mind isn't a metaphor anymore. It's a measurable neural phenomenon, a direct result of the technology we use every day. Now, some researchers are proposing a radical idea. Maybe the solution isn't to fight the ghosts, but to consciously integrate them. After all, human consciousness has always been multiple. We have different mental states, different personas we adopt in different social contexts. Perhaps these digital ghosts are just new layers of a naturally complex self. If that's true, the danger isn't the ghosts themselves. It's unconscious ghost control. When you don't realize they're there, they manipulate you. But when you can see them, you can choose which phantoms to listen to and which ones to simply let go. The future is approaching faster than our collective awareness can keep up. Within the next decade, augmented reality will constantly overlay digital information onto our physical vision. AI assistants will whisper suggestions directly to us through neural interfaces. The boundary between our own thoughts and the algorithms will blur beyond recognition. This isn't some dystopian fantasy. Major tech companies are pouring billions of dollars into making this a reality, right now. So the question isn't whether digital ghosts will colonize our consciousness. The real question is whether we'll be aware enough to maintain our own agency when they do. Your brain is the most sophisticated biological computer ever created by evolution. Billions of neurons firing in complex patterns create the absolute miracle of consciousness. But that complexity also makes it vulnerable. Artificial intelligence and machine learning can hack our neural pathways far faster than evolution can adapt our defenses. The ghosts being created in your mind right now are just the first generation. Each technological leap will create more sophisticated phantoms, more convincing artificial presences, and a more seamless integration with your authentic consciousness. But here is the empowering truth buried in all of this. Awareness itself is power. The moment you recognize these digital ghosts, you regain control. You can choose when to engage with technology and when to disconnect. You can practice digital hygiene just like you practice physical hygiene. You can train your mind to distinguish between your own organic thoughts and the echoes of algorithms. The ghosts only have power over you when you're unconscious of their presence. Consciousness is the exorcism. So, what can you actually do with this information? First, just start to notice the phantom vibrations. Notice when you reach for your phone without a conscious decision. Notice when your mind drifts to social media while you resuppose to be present in the real world. These are the moments the ghosts reveal themselves. Second, practice intentional disconnection. It doesn't have to be forever. Just set aside regular periods where you give your neural networks time to reset without any algorithmic input. Let your brain remember what it feels like to generate thoughts without that constant digital interference. Third, and this is absolutely crucial, talk about this. Share this knowledge. The companies creating these systems profit from our collective unconsciousness. The more people who become aware of this digital ghost installation, the harder it becomes for anyone to be exploited. This isn't about rejecting technology. It's about using it consciously, rather than being used by it. The ghosts only haunt you when you refuse to acknowledge they're there. The choice facing humanity isn't whether to integrate with artificial intelligence. That integration is already happening all around us. The real choice is whether it happens consciously or unconsciously. Will we become passive hosts for digital phantoms, or will we become active collaborators with technology that we understand and control? Your mind is the battleground. And right now, in this very moment, you have the power to decide which thoughts are authentically yours, and which are just ghosts created by machines. If this video made you question your relationship with technology, leave a comment below and tell me about the first digital ghost you recognized in your own mind. Subscribe if you want to explore more about how AI and psychology are shaping human consciousness. And please, share this with someone who needs to hear it, because the first step to exorcising ghosts is simply knowing they're there. The technology creating these ghosts in our minds isn't going away. It's evolving faster than we are. But so is our understanding, and so is our ability to adapt. The question that will define the next chapter of human evolution is simple but profound. When the ghosts in your mind become indistinguishable from your authentic self, will you still be human? Or will you be something new, something we don't even have words for yet? The answer depends on the choices you make, starting right now. Choose consciousness. Choose awareness. Choose to see the ghosts, because only then can you decide which ones to keep and which ones to release back into the digital void where they belong. Your mind is yours, but only if you claim it.